The silent deception. Dr. Naomi Harrison's fingers trembled as she stared at the quantum scanner's display. After 15 years of heading Earth's premier research facility, she had never seen readings like these. The quantum fluctuations in their latest experiment weren't random, they showed clear signs of external manipulation. "Director Singh, we need to talk," she spoke into her communicator, her voice steady despite the gravity of her discovery. Level 0 clearance required. Within minutes, Raj Singh's hologram materialized in her laboratory. His usually composed demeanor showed hints of concern as he observed Naomi's expression. "What have you found?" "The Viridian Embassy's scientific observers, they've been doing more than observing." Naomi projected a three-dimensional model of quantum particle behavior from the past 6 months. "They've been subtly altering our research results. Every failed experiment, every setback we've had in quantum computing, it wasn't our fault." The Viridians, a highly advanced alien species, had arrived on Earth 20 years ago, offering technological cooperation and cultural exchange. Their tall, crystalline forms and advanced quantum-based technology had amazed humanity. They positioned themselves as mentors, guiding Earth's scientific development while maintaining strict control over certain technological advances, particularly in quantum mechanics. Singh's hologram paced the room, his translucent form passing through equipment. "Are you absolutely certain? This would violate every treaty we have with them." "I developed a new detection algorithm, running it through our old data." Naomi pulled up another holographic display. "Look at these patterns. They've been introducing quantum irregularities that make our experiments fail in specific ways. Ways that keep us dependent on their technology." "How long?" "From what I can tell, since they first arrived. We're not the only facility either. I've detected similar patterns in research centers across the globe." Singh's expression darkened. "The Defense Council needs to know about this. But we can't let the Viridians suspect we've discovered their manipulation." "There's more." Naomi hesitated, then activated a secure server connection. "While developing the detection algorithm, I made another discovery. The Viridians' quantum manipulation technology isn't as advanced as they led us to believe. Their methods are inefficient. We could do better." "What are you suggesting?" "We've been looking at quantum mechanics through their lens, following their rules. But human creativity isn't bound by their limitations. I've been working on something in secret, a new approach to quantum manipulation that doesn't follow Viridian principles." Naomi brought up a heavily encrypted file. "Project Oracle. A quantum computing architecture based on human neural patterns rather than Viridian crystalline structures. It's more adaptable, more intuitive, and most importantly, completely undetectable to their monitoring systems." Singh studied the complex diagrams with growing amazement. "This could change everything. But we'd need resources, time, and absolute secrecy." "I have a plan." Naomi's eyes gleamed with determination. "The Viridians think they're guiding our development, keeping us contained. Their arrogance makes them predictable. We can use their own monitoring network to hide our real progress." Over the next hours, Naomi laid out her strategy. They would continue their official research, allowing the Viridians to think their sabotage was working. Meanwhile, a select group of scientists would work on Project Oracle, hidden beneath layers of quantum camouflage. "The hardest part will be keeping this from the public," Singh noted. "People trust the Viridians. They've helped us solve global warming, disease, energy crises. While keeping us technologically dependent," Naomi countered. "They're not mentors, they're colonizers playing a long game. And humanity isn't their first target. I found references in their database to other species they've guided into submission." A soft chime interrupted them. The Viridian observers were due for their daily inspection. Naomi quickly encrypted her findings as Singh's hologram prepared to disappear. "How long do you need?" he asked. 6 months to prove the concept. A year to have something operational. The Viridians think in centuries, they won't expect us to move so quickly. You'll have whatever you need. But Naomi, Singh's hologram flickered, be careful. If they discover what you're doing. They won't, she assured him, her voice firm. They think they're dealing with primitive humans following their prescribed path. They've forgotten that humanity's greatest advances have always come from breaking the rules. As Singh's hologram vanished, Naomi composed herself. Through her lab's windows, she could see the crystalline spires of the Viridian embassy gleaming in the distance. Soon, those crystals would reflect the light of a very different human civilization, one that had learned to forge its own path among the stars. The lab doors slid open, admitting 2 Viridian observers. Their crystalline forms shifted colors in what they claimed was a greeting pattern. Naomi smiled politely, playing her role as the grateful student of their superior wisdom. Inside, her mind was already racing through quantum calculations, plotting humanity's path to independence. The game of deception had begun, but this time, humanity would write the rules. Operation Stardust. Commander Javier Ortiz stood at the viewport of Lunar Base Artemis, watching Earth gleam like a blue jewel against the void. Behind him, Dr. Harrison's quantum interface hummed softly, its neural patterns mimicking human brainwave frequencies, a sound no Viridian would recognize as technology. Status report, he spoke into the quantum-encrypted comm channel. Phase 1 complete, Dr. Naomi Harrison's voice responded from Earth. Project Oracle has exceeded our initial projections. The neural quantum interface is now stable across all test platforms. And our guests remain unaware? The Viridians are still focused on their own monitoring systems. They haven't detected any of our advancements. In fact, there was a hint of satisfaction in her voice. They just submitted their monthly report claiming our quantum research is progressing at an appropriately measured pace. Javier allowed himself a small smile. For 6 months, humanity had been conducting the greatest deception in its history. While the Viridians believed they were controlling Earth's technological development, a hidden network of research facilities had been pushing the boundaries of quantum science in ways the aliens never imagined possible. Lieutenant Wong, he called out to his operations officer, show me the Stardust grid. The air before him filled with a holographic display of the solar system. Scattered throughout were thousands of tiny points of light, quantum resonators disguised as debris, space junk, and natural phenomena. Each one was part of Operation Stardust, humanity's hidden quantum defense network. Grid coverage is at 97%, Wong reported. The final resonators will be in position within 48 hours. The Viridians still register them as background quantum noise. And the shipyards? Wong brought up another display, this one showing the dark side of Mars. There, hidden beneath the surface and shielded by experimental quantum fields, humanity's first true space fleet was taking shape. Ships built not to match Viridian technology, but to counter it. Production is ahead of schedule. The neural quantum drives are performing beyond expectations. In simulations, they're outmaneuvering Viridian ships by a factor of 3. The comm channel crackled as Dr. Harrison joined the conversation. The real advantage isn't just speed or maneuverability. These ships think like we do. The quantum neural networks allow for human intuition at a scale the Viridians can't predict or counter. Javier nodded, studying the fleet data. Each ship was a testament to human ingenuity, smaller than Viridian vessels but more agile, designed around principles of human cognition rather than crystalline computation. But would it be enough? Dr. Harrison, what's your assessment of Viridian military capability? Based on what we've learned from their databases, they rely heavily on overwhelming force. Their ships are powerful but predictable. They haven't fought a real battle in over 1,000 years. Most species submit to their guidance long before military action is necessary. Their overconfidence is our advantage, Javier mused. They've forgotten what it's like to face an enemy that fights back. A priority alert flashed across his display. "Report," he commanded. "Sir," Wang's voice was tense, "we're detecting increased quantum activity at the Viridian Embassy. They're scanning the lunar surface, but something's different about their search pattern." Dr. Harrison's voice cut in, "The embassy just requested an emergency meeting with Earth's Council. They're saying they detected anomalous readings during routine monitoring." Javier's mind raced through the possibilities. Could they have discovered Project Oracle? "No," Harrison replied firmly. "But they might have noticed secondary effects, subtle changes in Earth's quantum background noise. They know something's different, but not what. Then we may have less time than we thought." Javier opened a secure channel to Defense Command. "This is Commander Ortiz. Recommend advancing Operation Stardust to Phase 3. The Viridians are getting suspicious, we need to be ready before they figure out why." For a moment, the channel was silent. Then a new voice joined the conversation, Defense Director Helena Cruz. "Authorization granted, Commander. How soon can the fleet be ready?" Javier checked the production schedules. 2 weeks for essential systems. 4 for full combat capability. "You have 3 weeks, Cruz replied. "The Council will keep the Viridians diplomatically occupied until then. We've prepared years of trade negotiations and minor disputes to distract them." "Understood." Javier turned to his crew. "Initiate Phase 3 protocols. I want every ship armed and crewed as soon as possible." "Dr. Harrison, how long to bring the Stardust grid to full power?" "Once the final resonators are in place." 24 hours to achieve synchronized quantum coverage of the entire solar system." "Make it 12, Javier ordered. "If we're going to reveal ourselves, we need every advantage we can get." As the orders went out, Javier returned his gaze to Earth. For 20 years, humanity had played the role of grateful students, hiding their true potential behind a mask of careful submission. Soon, that mask would come off. "One more thing," Dr. Harrison added. "I'm sending you data on a new capability we discovered. The neural quantum interface doesn't just make our ships faster, it can disrupt Viridian crystalline technology at a fundamental level. We could potentially disable their entire fleet without firing a shot." Javier studied the data with growing amazement. The Viridians had spent centuries perfecting their crystalline technology, never imagining that human consciousness itself could be their greatest weakness. "The next few weeks will change everything," he said quietly. "One way or another, the galaxy is about to learn that humanity is done being guided." Above him, Earth continued its eternal dance around the sun, while hidden in the shadows of space, humanity's greatest technological achievement waited for the moment to shine. Breaking point. The Viridian High Command arrived without warning. Their crystalline ships materialized in Earth's orbit, a fleet of geometric perfection that dwarfed the human orbital stations. Ambassador Lyrics, their chief diplomat, demanded an immediate audience with Earth's Defense Council. In the underground command center beneath Geneva, Defense Director Helena Cruz watched the Viridian delegation enter the chamber. Their crystalline forms pulsed with patterns that their cultural guides had once described as diplomatic courtesy. Now, she recognized them as barely contained anger. "Explain this," Ambassador Lyrics's translator conveyed, as he projected a holographic display of energy readings. "Our monitoring systems detect unauthorized quantum activity throughout your solar system." Helena maintained a carefully neutral expression. "Ambassador, we've been transparent about our research activities. All our quantum experiments fall within treaty guidelines. Do not attempt deception." The ambassador's crystalline form shifted to deep red hues. "These readings suggest sophisticated quantum manipulation far beyond your approved technological level. You have violated our mentorship protocols." "Mentorship?" Helena allowed a hint of steel to enter her voice. "Is that what you call systematic sabotage of human research?" The deliberate suppression of our technological advancement? The ambassador's form flickered, the Viridian equivalent of surprise. You are not capable of detecting our guidance measures. That's your fundamental mistake, Ambassador. You've spent so long manipulating other species that you've forgotten a crucial truth: pressure creates diamonds. At her signal, quantum shields shimmered into existence around the chamber. The Viridians' personal communication devices went dark, cut off from their fleet by human quantum technology. On the main display, thousands of hidden resonators activated across the solar system, revealing the true extent of Operation Stardust. Impossible, Lyrix's translator crackled. These energy patterns, they don't conform to any known quantum principles. Known to you, Helena corrected. While you were busy ensuring we followed your approved development path, we created our own. Human quantum mechanics doesn't rely on crystalline structures or rigid mathematical patterns. We built something new, something that thinks like we do. The chamber's displays showed the Martian shipyards decloaking, revealing humanity's neural quantum fleet. Each ship pulsed with energy patterns that mimicked human brainwaves, a technology so foreign to Viridian understanding that their sensors had dismissed it as background noise. You have hidden this from us, Lyrix accused. Decades of deception. We learned from the best, Helena interrupted. 20 years of your mentorship taught us patience, taught us how to hide our true capabilities. But now the lesson is over. Commander Ortiz's hologram appeared in the chamber. Stardust Grid is fully operational, Director. The fleet stands ready. This is your last chance, Ambassador, Helena addressed the Viridian delegation. Withdraw your forces from Earth space. End your mentorship program. Acknowledge humanity's right to develop without your interference. You cannot hope to match our military power, Lyrix's translator conveyed tones of incredulity. The Viridian fleet has never known defeat. Look again, Helena gestured to the tactical display. The Stardust Grid was coming alive, quantum resonators linking into a vast neural network that encompassed the entire solar system. The Viridian ships, for all their power, were now inside humanity's web. Your fleet relies on crystalline quantum technology, Helena explained. Technology that becomes quite vulnerable when exposed to human neural patterns at a quantum level. Right now, your ships are experiencing cascading system failures as our network disrupts their basic functions. On the displays, Viridian ships began to drift, their perfect geometric formations breaking apart as their quantum cores encountered frequencies they were never designed to handle. Ambassador Lyrix's form pulsed with patterns no human had ever seen before: fear. This technology, it should not be possible. We monitored every advancement, controlled every development. You monitored what you expected to see, Helena corrected. Human innovation doesn't follow predictable paths. We don't think like you do, and now, neither does our technology. The chamber fell silent as the implications became clear. Humanity hadn't just caught up to Viridian technology, they'd created something entirely new. Something that challenged the very foundations of how the Viridians understood quantum mechanics. The collective will not accept this, Lyrix warned. Other mentored species will resist. You mean your other victims? Helena's voice was sharp. We've found your records, Ambassador. Earth isn't the first world you've guided into submission. But we will be the last. She nodded to Commander Ortiz, whose hologram began transmitting data packets through quantum space. We're broadcasting evidence of your manipulation to every species under your mentorship. Technical data, research findings, proof of your deliberate suppression of technological advancement. The age of Viridian guidance is over. Through the chamber's windows, they could see the Viridian fleet struggling against invisible forces. Ships that had dominated space for centuries were being reduced to powerless hulks by human quantum technology. Choose carefully, Ambassador, Helena said quietly. The next few moments will determine whether humanity becomes your greatest ally or your worst nightmare. As the Viridians huddled in desperate discussion, Helena allowed herself a moment of reflection. Humanity had kept its true nature hidden for so long, playing the role of obedient students. Now, finally, the galaxy would see what humans were truly capable of when pushed too far. The quantum dance. The Viridian response came with devastating swiftness. From the edges of the solar system, massive reinforcements emerged from quantum space, the legendary Guardian fleet, never before deployed in full strength. 10,000 crystalline warships, each one a masterpiece of alien engineering, moved to surround Earth. Commander Javier Ortiz watched from the bridge of the HSS Defiant as the enemy fleet approached. The neural quantum interface hummed in his mind, connecting him not just to his ship but to every vessel in the human fleet. "They're not here to negotiate," Lieutenant Wong reported, her consciousness merged with the tactical systems. "The Guardian fleet has never been used for anything but absolute subjugation. Then we show them something they've never seen before," Javier responded. "Initiate Stardust Protocol Omega." Across the solar system, humanity's hidden quantum network pulsed with new energy. The resonators began emitting frequencies that mimicked human neural patterns at a quantum level, creating a web of consciousness that encompassed space itself. "Their fleet is launching quantum torpedoes," Wong announced. "Targeting Earth's major cities." Javier smiled grimly. "Just as we predicted. Execute counterattack pattern Delta." The human fleet moved with impossible coordination, ships flowing like water around the Viridian attacks. Neural quantum drives allowed them to react not at the speed of computer calculations, but at the speed of thought. Each vessel was an extension of its crew's consciousness, moving with the natural intuition of the human mind. The Viridian torpedoes encountered something unprecedented. Space itself seemed to reject them. The Stardust grid transformed their quantum warheads into harmless light, their devastating power dispersed by human technology that operated on principles the Viridians couldn't comprehend. "Guardian fleet is shifting formation," Wong reported. "They're confused. Their tactical computers can't predict our movement patterns." "Because we're not moving like machines," Javier replied. "Initiate Phase 2. Dr. Harrison's voice came through the quantum link. "Neural disruptors active. Targeting their command and control systems." The effect was immediate and devastating. Viridian ships began to lose coherence as their crystalline quantum cores encountered human neural frequencies. Their perfect formations wavered as communication systems failed, their collective consciousness disrupted by patterns that felt alien to their rigid, mathematical minds. But the Guardian fleet hadn't earned its reputation through weakness. The Viridians adapted, their ships splitting into smaller battle groups, trying to isolate and overwhelm individual human vessels. "They're learning," Wong warned. "Developing countermeasures." "Good," Javier responded. "That means they can still surprise us. All ships, execute freestyle combat protocols." It was humanity's greatest innovation in space warfare, allowing each ship's crew to fight intuitively, their neural links transforming the vessels into extensions of human creativity and unpredictability. The battle descended into organized chaos as human ships danced through space, each one moving with the unique personality of its crew. The HSS Defiant dove through a gap in the Viridian formation, its neural quantum drive responding to Javier's split-second impulses. Around him, his crew's consciousness merged with the ship's systems, turning targeting computers and weapon controls into natural extensions of human thought. "Their flagship is isolated," Wong reported. "The neural disruption is affecting their coordination." Javier focused his thoughts through the quantum interface, connecting with the fleet's tactical network. "All ships, converge on these coordinates. Let's show them what synchronized human consciousness can do." The human fleet moved as one, but not with the rigid precision of machines. They flowed like a murmuration of starlings, each ship maintaining its individual character while contributing to a greater whole. The Viridians found themselves facing an enemy that combined the unpredictability of organic thought with the power of quantum technology. Multiple Guardian ships attempting emergency quantum jumps, Wong announced. Their retreat vectors are chaotic. They're panicking, Dr. Harrison observed through the quantum link. Their tactical doctrine doesn't account for this kind of warfare. They've never faced an enemy that could think faster than their computers. The battle reached its crescendo as the Guardian fleet's formation completely broke down. Ships designed to fight in perfect geometric patterns found themselves overwhelmed by human vessels that ignored conventional tactics, each one moving with the creative impulses of its crew. Their flagship is transmitting, Wong reported. Wideband quantum signal, they're calling for cessation of hostilities. Javier exchanged thoughts with the fleet commanders through the neural network. The consensus was immediate. Signal our acceptance. But maintain battle readiness. The quantum space between the fleets filled with diplomatic transmissions as the Viridian command structure struggled to comprehend their situation. Their undefeated Guardian fleet hadn't just been challenged, it had been outmaneuvered by technology that defied their understanding of quantum mechanics. They're requesting technical data on our neural quantum interfaces, Dr. Harrison reported. Offering significant technological trades. After decades of suppressing our development, now they want to learn from us, Javier mused. Director Cruz, your instructions? Helena Cruz's voice came through the quantum link, carrying the authority of Earth's Unified Defense Command. Share nothing. They've proven they can't be trusted with advanced technology. The galaxy needs a new balance of power. The human fleet maintained its position, neural quantum drives humming with potential energy, while the once mighty Guardian fleet drifted in disarray. Through the Defiance viewport, Javier watched Earth shine like a blue jewel against the darkness. Finally, after 20 years of playing the obedient student, humanity had shown its true nature. Send a message to the Viridian High Command, he ordered. The terms of our relationship have changed. Earth is not your student, your experiment, or your colony. We are your equals, and if necessary, your superiors. As the message transmitted, Javier felt the combined consciousness of his crew through the neural interface. Their thoughts merged with the quantum fields of space itself, creating patterns that no crystalline computer could predict or control. The age of Viridian dominance was over, replaced by something far more unpredictable, human innovation unleashed among the stars. New dawn. In the Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council, representatives from 100 worlds gathered to witness something unprecedented, the formal recognition of humanity as a sovereign power. The Viridian delegation sat quietly, their crystalline form subdued, while Director Helena Cruz addressed the assembly. For centuries, the Viridian Alliance has presented itself as a guide to developing civilizations, she began. Today, we reveal the truth. Their guidance was control. Their mentorship was suppression. Their aid was chains. The Chamber's quantum projectors displayed evidence gathered over decades, carefully documented cases of technological sabotage, deliberate manipulation of research, and systematic suppression of innovation across dozens of worlds. But humanity refused to be contained, Helena continued. Where they expected submission, we showed creativity. Where they demanded compliance, we found new paths. Today, we offer something different to the galaxy, true partnership. Dr. Naomi Harrison stepped forward, activating a neural quantum interface that filled the chamber with dynamic energy patterns. What you're experiencing now is human quantum mechanics, technology that works with consciousness rather than against it. We're not here to replace one form of domination with another. We're here to share. The alien representatives stirred with interest as Harrison demonstrated the principles behind neural quantum technology. It was nothing like the rigid, crystalline systems the Viridians had promoted as the only path to advancement. This was organic, adaptable, alive with possibility. Commander Ortiz's hologram appeared, showing real-time feeds from Earth's solar system. The stardust grid was visible now, its quantum resonators creating patterns that mimic the natural flow of human thought. Our defense network doesn't just protect, it thinks. It adapts. It evolves. And most importantly, it can be modified to work with any species' neural patterns. Representatives from other, mentored, worlds leaned forward, their various sensory organs fixed on the displays. Worlds that had spent generations under Viridian guidance saw for the first time what true technological freedom looked like. "We propose a new coalition," Helena announced. "Not built on control or suppression, but on genuine cooperation. Each species developing according to their own nature, sharing discoveries without fear of manipulation." The Arcturian delegate, their bioluminescent form pulsing with excitement, spoke first. "Our scientists detected anomalies in our quantum research years ago, but the Viridians assured us it was natural variance. Now we understand, they were preventing us from discovering our own path. As they did to all of us," the Centaurian representative added, their crystalline form deliberately different from the Viridian pattern. "Our civilization's natural affinity for crystalline technology was twisted to make us dependent on their guidance." One by one, representatives from mentored worlds stood, sharing stories of subtle suppression and blocked advancement. The Viridian delegation seemed to shrink as their centuries of manipulation were exposed to galactic scrutiny. Dr. Harrison activated another display, this one showing modification plans for the Stardust grid. "We've already begun adapting our neural quantum interface to work with different species' consciousness patterns. The Arcturians' photonic neural networks, the Centaurians' crystal matrices, even the Proximan collective mind, each can interface with our technology in their own unique way." "This is dangerous," the Viridian ambassador protested. "Uncontrolled technological advancement could destabilize the entire galaxy." "No," Helena countered. "What's dangerous is suppressing the natural development of sentient species. Every civilization in this chamber has something unique to offer, perspectives and innovations that could benefit all. Your mistake was thinking you had the right to control that potential." Commander Ortiz's hologram nodded to his technical team, and suddenly every quantum device in the chamber synchronized with its user's neural patterns. Alien representatives gasped, chirped, and pulsed as they experienced technology that worked in harmony with their natural thought processes for the first time. "This is just the beginning," Helena declared. "Earth's orbital shipyards are being converted to research and development centers, open to scientists from all worlds. Our neural quantum principles can be adapted to any form of consciousness, any cultural framework, any technological base." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of excited communication as representatives began to grasp the implications. Centuries of carefully controlled development were giving way to an explosion of possibilities. To the Viridian Alliance, Helena addressed their subdued delegation directly, "We offer a choice. Join us as equals in this new era, sharing your genuine insights while learning from others, or maintain your isolation and watch the galaxy evolve beyond you." Dr. Harrison's final demonstration filled the chamber with a neural quantum symphony, thousands of different consciousness patterns harmonizing through human technology, each maintaining its unique character while contributing to something greater. "The age of mentorship is over," Helena concluded. "The age of collaboration has begun. Humanity doesn't wish to guide or control, we wish to explore, to learn, to grow alongside our galactic neighbors. The question is, who will join us?" The response was overwhelming. World after world pledged support for the new coalition. Even some Viridian scientists, their crystalline forms shimmering with forbidden patterns, stepped forward to embrace a future of unrestricted innovation. As the historic session concluded, Helena stood at the chamber's viewport, watching ships of countless designs moving through space. Each one now carried a piece of human innovation, adapted to its crew's unique nature. The galaxy was awakening to its true potential, and humanity had lit the spark. "We never wanted to rule," she murmured to herself. "We just wanted to be free to dream." Above her, the stars seemed to shimmer with new possibility, as if the very fabric of space welcomed the dawn of a truly united galaxy.